Hi, I'm Felipa, and today is day 146. It is January 24th, and I'm starting on Psalm 105. David recalls God's miracles for Israel. So, in here, David basically speaks about how, since the beginning of time, uh, the Lord has had Abraham and Jacob and Moses. Everybody has been protected by the Lord, and he has made promises to these individuals, and Jacob and Abraham and Isaac, that he will continue to protect the people of Israel and he will bring them into the promised land. Verse 4 says, "Seek the Lord and his strength." I really like this piece because it just basically talks about how, even when you're not strong, seek the Lord and his strength. So you don't have to have all the strength of the world. Our God is the world. He is everything. And seek him and his strength when you need it. It talks about the covenant God made with Abraham, the oath with Isaac, with Jacob and Israel for the everlasting covenant, and basically saying that how he protected his people, the people of the promised land, and that they would not be touched or hurt. But of course, the people of Israel, they have sinned throughout the time that God brought them out of Egypt and whatnot. So that's mentioned as well. And here too, it says that it says that people were also established to teach his senators wisdom. So meaning that even those people in power, they would be the biblical principles, commandments of God, the rules and laws of God were being taught to them, and the wisdom that came through the prophets. And it talks about how Israel came into Egypt, how they were brought out, how there was a punishment sent by God from darkness and turning waters into blood and bringing forth lice and flies and frogs and locusts and destroying crops and taking out the firstborns. So all these things that had happened so that God frees his people out of the hand of Egypt and brings them into the promised land. In Psalm 106, Israel repents and praises God. And this section, once again, here is a very big recap of, once again, people coming in, the people of the Lord coming in from the land of Israel, all the ways that they transgressed, all the ways that God continued to save them from the situation in the Red Sea when he was parting the waters, all the way to, Moses trying to protect the people on behalf of himself and tried to plead with the Lord to not hurt the people because they were wicked and sinning, how they have sinned by praising and praying to a calf and molten images, and how they would sacrifice their children to false idols and things like that, and yet God still always continued to provide mercy and to save people as long as they were remembering him and asking for forgiveness and asking for help, because he would just essentially let them go through these situations where they went through a lot of turmoil. They were captured. They were held as slaves. People were killing them, things like that. But it was because they were the people of Israel, like they were doing their own misdeeds and their own iniquities and wickedness. And God was he was upset, and so he wasn't preventing other nations from hurting his people because they were constantly disobeying his commandments and his laws. And so he just let happen whatever needed to happen. He didn't protect them. But it does say here that when they did cry, when they did remember him, when they did repent, he did protect them. He did save them. And he came out to keep them from being oppressed no more. And it just ends on saying that blessed be the Lord. And just remember to praise your Lord and to remember all of the ways in which we've sinned and all the ways that he's continued to protect us. That is it for day 146. I'll be back tomorrow for Psalm 107 on day 147. Thank you for listening.